Hey, you beautiful big heads, it's your boy Zach, and welcome back to some more Alchemy Stars. In today's video, we will be going over how much you really should invest in a character. So, like, what level to get them at, whether you should level 80 them or put investments into their equipment and whatnot. Even, touching their affinity as well, because the affinity is another way to increase said character's attack. But yes, let's just hop on into it. When it comes to characters that you should even consider investing in terms of, like, level 80ing them, there are 4 categories. So, first we have, you know, refinement refinements refinements. Jesus Christ, I hate myself. Yeah, but refinements is literally part of the requirements to allow the character to be equipment refined, which is level 80. So if you wanted to equipment refine a character, that you just have to level 80 them. It's not really much of a choice. So yeah. Next up, if you just love the character. So I love all the Silent Hunters, so I am really going about leveling them all up to max. I'm only doing this recently, but yeah. So if you love a character, it's worth it, because that's your attachment to a set character. So if you love a character, go right ahead. It's not a waste if you actually like the character. Next up, if you plan on using a character as a main DPS, so if you look at a tier list and it says a character is absolutely broken and you have them, you might as well just max them out because the amount of value you'll get from them is exponential. Literally, all these characters are actually busted and very dumb. So I'm gonna like 80, let them level 80 will let them do as much damage as they ever possibly could. So yeah. And last but not least, we have the support section. Because well, supports help quite a bit, let me tell you. So all these double chain combos have the same effect of for the next chain combo, the characters in question, so Force Warriors in this case, will have their attack equal to 85% of Luis's attack. So that just means the higher Luis's attack, the more damage everybody will do in that second burst. Obviously, it's not going up based off their own attack anymore. So yeah, that is why all these people here would be better off at max level. But I don't actually use the double chain combos that much in actuality. And then somebody like Rebecca, who actually has her poison tied to her attack, so it deals damage equal to 35% of your attack to the target in defense ignoring damage. So yeah, her poison is based off her attack, so the higher it is, the better. And I plan on equipment refining her, so that was a double for that one. She support that gains benefit from having higher attack, so level her up to 80, and I want to equipment refine her. I just haven't done it yet. So yeah. Anyways, let's go back to the refinement section. When it comes to level 80ing a character, right, is it really worth it? Most cases, you can get away with just getting them halfway there. If we go into, I'll pick Schwartz for this case. If we go to my account, right, you can see I have quite a few characters level 80, but more often than not, most of them are just able to be equipment refined, or I just really like that character. So, i.e. Dantang, Zarya, I just like their characters, I like their story, i.e. that's why the love part comes in of them being level 80. As we go further down and further down, you can start to see that the numbers start to get lower and lower. And then it pretty much caps off at me leaving characters at 50. Because in my eyes, 50 is a good benchmark of where to have a character for them to be useful. And that's for damage dealers, by the way. When it comes to supports, and like, let me just switch it over to converters. That would be a good one. When it comes to converters, you can pretty much leave them at lower levels. Like, as we, like, literally, we're going lower and lower. And I still use these characters, by the way. I use Nemesis, Ruby, Rene, Gabriel, Klecken, Sario all the fucking time. Yet they're such low levels. And then even the newer characters, Virgil, he's at 22 because I'm like, fuck it, it's at such a weird level because I really didn't care because I knew it didn't matter. Characters who are converters, they don't really do damage to begin with. It's very niche cases, i.e. that's why I said Amamori and Carlene's Smothering Soul are different case scenarios. Even Jiraiya. Characters like Amori, Jiraiya, Smokey, and stuff who actually have damage in their kits, yes, you can get to like level 50. But then characters like Sario, Tina, Anthony, Faust, Brandy, they don't really need to go that high. My Anthony's at level 50, but he still don't heal that much when I run over green tiles. Even if I had him at level 80, he still wouldn't heal that much if I run over green tiles. So it's like, what's really the point, So yeah, when it comes to converters, you can really leave them at like level 1 or 10. It's really up to you, but it really doesn't make much of a difference unless they have a secondary ability that matters, like Icy, who can actually heal you. Because if we go in here real quick, her heal is based off of her attack. So, higher attack would mean you will get more heals. So her being at 50 is a good benchmark without me having to invest too much into her to then, break the bank. Because let me tell you, getting a character to level 80 takes a lot of Jasper. And no, I don't know the number because I don't keep track. Because, man, I've been to college, all right? I did a lot of math. Like, a lot of math. Like, I had a lot of fucking math classes, all right, man? And then I got out, no more math. I do a little bit of math here and there, but no more math. I've had my fill of math. Fuck math. Like, I don't care. I don't care anymore. But let's just do a quick little example, right? So we'll use Victoria because she's actually my only 6-star that I have not really touched too much in terms of levels and whatnot. Who is a damage dealer? She's a support, but also she's a fucking damage dealer. So I do have others like Ruby is the other one who's actually level 1, but Ruby is a converter, so she already has lower stats than everybody else. So yeah. So Victoria, who can have the stats of a DPS, we'll use her. So Victoria off rip, let me pull this up actually in real time so I don't get this shit wrong. You don't know what I'm about to do. I'm pulling up a calculator and I am pulling up Victoria's base stats so I can have everything ready. So Victoria's base stat at level 1 at Ascension 3 is 2,466 and we currently have 2,706. So if we go into our equipment, we can see that we have 270 here. So what we can easily do is 2,706 minus 2,070 equals 2,436. And you might be wondering, well, where's the last bit at? Well, what I'm looking at actually consists of using the first level of the equipment skill. So at level 1 of equipment skill, you would get, I believe, and I will pull this up right here so we have proof right in front of us. I just need somebody who has a equipment level of 1. So we'll just scroll on down to the bottom. We'll pull up Korax. We'll go into Korax's real quick and we look at his equipment just for all the proof. So it's 30. So add 30 to 2,436, you will get 2,466. So base level of Victoria, just for proof of we actually have the correct numbers going on here. So yeah. So with the bonus of the equipment skill, it leaves her from that 2,466 to 2,706. You can already see why upgrading your equipment skill is really important in terms of getting extra damage, right? So now we'll go to upgrade and we'll just have it go all the way up to max. I believe it's going to be enough for 46. We're a little bit off from 50. If it really came down to it, I could hold what I do have and get us up to 50. But now we can see the preview of getting her from level 1 to 46 will give us 3,033 attack, right? Max level Victoria at equipment level 1 would be 3,040. So we're already there almost without even being there, right? So we can give ourselves the illusion of being at level 80. We're just using the equipment skill and getting her halfway there. If we just throw in, the rest to get her all the way there, which I don't feel like holding on. I don't feel like holding on to do it. But if we get her up to 50, you could honestly pretty much believe that we will be hitting, 3,040 or over it, which we actually will be hitting over it. But also, if we go back and go to the affinity, we also get something for affinity. So obviously right now I have no gifts. Oh my god, I have no gifts. But throw that in, right? Boom. Now we're at 6, so we'll just give her the 6, right? Now we have 6 attack being added to our little amount. And now we go back in to upgrade a second time. Go to add, we'll knock it right back up and keep it there. And look at that, now we're at 3,039. So we're 1 off of what she will be at level 80 without having to put in all the work of getting to level 80. So yeah, obviously if you get a character level 80 and then, have the equipment done and have the affinity leveled up, you have a lot of attack, right? But that is a lot of resources, and who the fuck has time for that? Because, it takes about, from my memory and how many times I've run events and everything, you get a character to level 80 using all your stamina in a day, not counting using refills. So just the base stamina you would get in a day, it would take about 4 days to get a character to level 80. Because, not only do you need to, get the Jasper, you need to also run the Night Aim event, and so that is a lot of, stamina. So, yeah, roughly 4 days. Not an exact, but a rough 4 days, because I don't feel like doing any more math than I've already done. So, yeah, that's why I usually say get a character to level 50. If you're, just going to use them as a secondary DPS, you can leave them at 50, honestly. And you'll almost get the benefits of getting them at level 80. Then, from that point onwards, as you get them to level 50, you get their equipment level up, and then you're sitting pretty good. You don't need to get every character to level 80, because it's honestly a waste, So, converters, not really needed. Supports, some yes, most no. And then your DPS, your snipers and detonators, if they're going to be your actual main DPS that you plan on using constantly, and you're going to use them constantly between many stages, and you'll get a lot of runtime out of them, then yes, get them level 80, because obviously you can use them in multiple places. That's why they're really broken characters, such as go to over here, like Reinhardt, Azure, and Hero, and Mia. They can be used on multiple stages, no matter what the stage is. That's why they're at level 80, because you'll get your money's worth no matter what, because they are just that good, right? So then your secondary DPS, you can leave them at 50 to 40 and get their equipment level to 10, and then you're sitting pretty because you'll almost get the same as you would as having them at level 80. Because as we just saw, Victoria got pretty damn close to her stuff without even being at level 50 itself. You know, give her like one more level to 47 and she would have more stats than she would at level 80. But obviously that's counting the equipment skill. But also leveling up the equipment skill is already more important than just leveling up your level, because you also get the elemental bonus as well. So yeah, all that to be said, get a character to level 50 if you just need them to get through a couple of stages, because as I always say, Alchemy Stars is a pretty free game, like, and by free I mean like you can get through this pretty easily. 90% of the content can be handled by most characters, damn near all characters, and then you just have that little niche of that super hard content that does need you to actually invest into a character fully. So more often than not, just leave them at level 50 and you'll be sitting pretty. But also make sure you get every character the equipment level 10, because that is the most, in my personal opinion. But yeah, that is everything here. If you have any 2 cents to put in here, go right ahead. We're a community here. We talk about these things and we work things out. But this video was requested, so that's why it is being made. But yeah, love you guys. See you in the next one, and bye-bye.